zones yourself. And Punchbowl News quotes you as saying that Congress may eventually have to pass an aid package that could reach as high as $100 billion. Last Sunday on this program, Tom Tillis, the senator from North Carolina, said to us he'd like for Congress to provide some certainty by voting now on aid and then come back after the election to do more. Lawmakers aren't scheduled to come back for another month. Why do you think it can wait?
Well, it can wait because remember the day before Hurricane Helene made landfall in Florida and then went up through the states and wound up in Senator Tillis's state of North Carolina, Congress appropriated $20 billion additional dollars to FEMA so that they would have the necessary resources to address immediate needs. And so we put that into the coffers. I just checked, Margaret, as of this morning, less than 2% of that funding has actually been distributed, right around 2% of it. So we need FEMA to do its job. Those funds, that money, is provided so that storm victims can have the immediate necessities met. And then what happens after every storm is that the states have to assess and calculate the actual needs, and then they submit to Congress that request. As soon as that is done, Congress will meet, and in bipartisan fashion, we will address those needs. We'll provide the additional resources, but it would be premature to call everyone back now because these storms were so large in their scope and magnitude, it's going to take a little bit of time to make those calculations.
Well, the FEMA director says there's only $11 billion left from that $20 billion that was allocated. So that's a different accounting than this 2% you say was distributed.
Yeah, so they've obligated some funds, but they've only distributed 2%. The rescue and recovery effort's still going on, and then we address the rest of it. But FEMA was slow to respond. They did not do the job that we all expect and hope that they will do. And there's going to be a lot of assessment about that as well in the days ahead.
But hurricane season, as you know, lasts through the end of November. You're from Louisiana. You've dealt with this before. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, is forecasting this could be one of the busiest seasons on record. So why not get ahead of this? Isn't it a bit of a gamble to wait?
No, it's not. Margaret, as I just said, Congress can't meet and just send money on a guess or an estimate of what the damages are. The way supplemental disaster funding is provided is that, the states send in actual needs. It's assessed by Congress and then handed out that way. But again, remember, they have tens of billions of dollars that were already sent to FEMA one day before Helene made landfall. So they have plenty of resources. And in fact, the administration, Secretary Mayorkas said himself, DHS, FEMA is a division of Homeland Security. He said just a few days ago on his telecast to the media that they have what they need right now.
And that $100 billion is a correct assessment that you made?
Well, look, that's my guesstimate.
Okay.
I was on the ground in the worst hit areas in Florida. I went where Helene made landfall. Whole communities are wiped out there. It's devastating. It goes all the way inland. The agricultural areas are devastated by it as well. And then you go up to the Carolinas, Tennessee, Georgia. It is a broad scope.
You are the Speaker of the House, which means you are one of the officials with some say about the security situation leading up to January 6th and election certification.